There's no beer in the fridge. Everyone at the table heard a door slam shut. Stomping filled the air as a tall woman with a nose ring and dyed purple hair entered the kitchen. She scanned the room quickly, locking her eyes on a young man who already looked exasperated as he set up the cardboard screen in front of his books and dice. Russell, what the hell? How is there no beer at a spells, swords, and stealth game? Adjusting his glasses carefully and already regretting certain decisions he'd made, Russell responded in the measured tone of a man who knows he will have to ration his patience carefully throughout the day. There's no beer because none of the rest of us are 21 yet. So, that never stopped my old group from scrounging up some authentic refreshments. Light beer is hardly what I'd call authentic, and besides, we aren't playing with your old group, Russell told her. Sherry, you're the one who wanted to play while home from college, and that's fine, but we are playing my kind of game. One that involves cordialness and sobriety. For the record, I actually am 21. A tall, broad-shouldered man raised his hand gently, careful not to hit the table and upset all the dice he'd laid out in front of him. I didn't bring any beer, though. Alexis said chips and soda would be fine. You didn't even need to do that, Bert, though we appreciate the hospitality, Russell replied. At least I'm not the only one over the drinking age, Sherry grumbled, sliding into her seat next to the sole other person she knew, Russell's friend Tim. He was hunched over his character sheet, poring through each detail with exceptional scrutiny. Sherry remembered when she'd obsessed about every aspect of her characters like that. But after 5 years of playing, her technique had mostly become a system of rolling her stats and then finding the best assortment of features to maximize her usefulness. Russell didn't say it was a requirement when he asked us to play. This came from the other woman at the table, whose wispy brown hair hung down in front of her eyes, blocking most of her expression from view. Her voice was quiet, so soft it was easy to miss if she spoke when others were talking. Nothing to worry about, Alexis. Drinking is neither demanded nor encouraged at my gaming sessions. I do not want a repeat of dealing with my last group's shenanigans. Aw, did my widow brother forget how to properly corral his party? Sherry asked. I can still take over and run the game, if you like. I'd prefer if you just focused on getting your characters made, Russell replied, resisting the powerful urge to remind Sherry that she'd kept her party corralled by all but forcing them onto the path she wanted them to take. Psh, I finished that in 5 minutes. Sherry held up a character sheet for the table to see, which did indeed have every section and slot filled out appropriately. Shalara the Sorceress. Give me a little credit here, I'm not rolling elves. I'm sorry, rolling elves? Bert looked confused and flipped to the book in front of him, clearly trying to find source material for the term. As the only one at the table with zero experience playing an RPG, Bert had spent the night before studying as much as possible, and was perturbed to think there was something he'd missed.